which which contains all your projects or all your work at a secured location. Like GitHub, it will, like if you want to share your work to your friend or to a like you can say, or to a company or to an organization, like if you want to show your work, like how that, rather than show like giving them your the file, you can just share the link, and they will get all your work at an instant. So it is say GitHub is a web hosting for version control using Git. So it is the largest Git repository hosting service. So repository. So what does this actually repository mean? The repository, it means the location of your project. Like each and every project is stored in a separate repository, a separate location. It allows for code collaboration with anyone online. Like anyone can go to your code anytime and make some changes, like with your team members, like they can access it, or you they want to see what you have done, anything. And after that, it adds an extra functionality on top of it, like UI, documentation, bug tracking, pull request, open source, and much more. Like there is there is a separate fields for documentation. Like where you are sharing your project to an organization, and they will not check the code or the work line by line. They will just look at the documentation of a project. What are the text you have made, what are the abstract of the project, how you have implemented, like they everything will be written in documentation. And after that, the bug tracking, if there are any issues earlier, everything will be there. And pull requests, like how much pull requests earlier have been made, like everything will be tracked and stored in the GitHub. I hope this is clear about Git and GitHub. Now Recon will show you some of the common bash commands, he will show you practically how you can do it. So Recon, you can
Yeah. So thank you, Bhaskarda, for covering the theory of Git and GitHub. So I am Rekon Majumdar. I am a fifth semester computer science student in AC, and also the web development lead of GDSC AC. So let's start with the session. Bhaskarda, can you turn on your presentation? Yeah,
yeah.
thanks.
Fine.
Mm. Hello. Is my screen visible?
Yes, yes, correct.
Yes. So till now, Bhaskarda has explained you guys what is Git and what is GitHub and all. Uh, so now it's time to see now it's time to see things practically. By using Git and GitHub, we can do things like we can collaborate together in a project. We can track what changes we made in our project. But let's see how we can do the practical things. So for doing practicals, like how it happens in practically, do we need to press a button and our all files get saved in somewhere, or do we need to drag and drop some files? No, that's not the case. Here we use commands. Now what commands are actually, let me ask you ask two questions to you guys. How many of you have used Linux operating system? Can you please write yes or no in the chat box? Okay, so no, no, yes, no, yes, no. Okay, so some of you have used, right, Linux operating system. So those who have used Linux, they already know like how commands work, like, right. So those of you who have not used Linux, I would like to give one simpler example. Like most of you guys have played games, like, right, GTA Vice City and GTA San Andreas. Like type yes or if you have played. Okay, okay. So many yeses. So what's special about the those games? Those games we can type cheat codes, right? Like cheat codes like Penzar or Nutter tools. Some I remember some of that when I used to play during my childhood. Yeah, Penny Magnet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, so what those cheat codes do, where we type something and some things happen, right? You get a health boost, or you get money, or you get weapons. Similarly, here also we in Git and GitHub we write some commands and things happen, like your files get saved in the cloud, or it gets means you make a checkpoint, so you can undo the things you have done previously. So yeah, it is similar to like that. So before going into Git and GitHub, there are few mean bash commands you need to know. So what are bash commands? I will show you. Mm, so suppose this is my C drive. Okay, so what we do is there are there are two ways we can explore our file system. First is using the graphical user interface, the thing we use means in day to day our life. Like we can double click the folder and go inside a folder. We can delete a folder by pressing this button. We can create a new folder. We can create a new file, we can rename a file, we can move a file. All the things we can do using our mouse pointer with a click, uh, things like that. But there is another way we can do the same, and that is using the bash commands. So these are not git and github commands, but you need to have this knowledge to use git and github. So let me show you. Mm. So this is an empty folder. So I will show you how you can create a new folder, create a new file, or mm, list all the files using commands. So for doing that, what I will do is just right click. I guess most of you have downloaded Git in your PCs. If you haven't, then please download it. Not right now. You can do it after the session as well. So those who have downloaded, you will see this option. Just right click and click git bash here in any folder you create. I have created a folder DSC session, so just right click and click this option, git bash here. So it will open the bash terminal. So here you will write all your commands. So let me increase the size a little bit. I guess it is visible. So let's start with our first command. The first command is I will start with the second command first. The second command is touch. What touch does is creates a file. So let me show you. I will write touch, then the syntax is touch, and then your file name. Suppose file txt. You can see a empty file with txt extension has been created. Uh, so you can use the touch command to create a file. Our second command is mkdir. The mkdir command is used to create a folder. Let me show you. Mkdir new folder. You can see a new folder is created. I'm not using my mouse to create all this. I'm just typing the commands and a new file and new folder is created. Uh, let's see the third command. The third command is pwd. So right now I'm inside this DSC session uh, folder, right, in local disk E. Uh, in my PC. So to print my current location, we use pwd command. So you can see I am inside local disk E and in DSC session folder. Next command is cd. This is a very important command. when you will use Git and GitHub, you will frequently use this cd change directory command. I'll show you what I mean by cd. So right now I'm inside uh, uh, E drive and in DSC session folder. So if I want to go inside this new folder, so what I will do is cd space, I will open this folder and I will copy this path. I will simply paste it here. Wait. No, you can do it this way also. Like I will just open it and I will write new folder and press tab. You can see it is auto completed and I will press enter. So now when I write pwd, you can see I am inside DSC session and inside new folder. And now if I create a new file, you can see the file is not created inside DSC session. Rather, it is created inside new folder. So you can see I can go inside a folder like this using cd command. If I want to come out of the folder, then I can use cd space dot dot. Then I am right now in DSC session folder. That is this folder. So that was up to cd command. I hope it is clear. I will now discuss the ls command. Mm. So what ls does is it lists all your files and folders. So let me type ls here. You can see inside this DSC session folder, I have one file and a folder. The file name is file1.txt and the folder name is new folder dot new folder. Mm, so yeah, I hope I have cleared all the commands and the last command is very simple. It is clear. It is used to clear the terminal window. If I press clear and enter, you can see my window is clear. So that's the common bash commands. You guys, there are a few more commands. You don't have to master them to use Git and GitHub, but some of them are used frequently, like this cd command, and you might use this touch command as well, but some commands are used very rarely. So that's up to my common bash commands. Now Bhaskar Da will continue with the git and github commands. So Bhaskar Da, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. My screen is visible, right?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So now let us see what are the Git and GitHub commands. We can say like these are some of the basic terminologies like which will help us to use GitHub or Git. So some like first I will show them practically also. First let us see what are those. So then first is Git version. So this will give the version of the Git installed in your system. Then second one is Git init. Like this will initialize is a new repository, an empty repository, yeah, an empty repository in your system. And after that, if you have files, and after that, if you have files in the like in the folder, and if you want to add it, for adding, like you have to enter a command git add full stop space and a dot. This will add all the files to that repository. And after that, for creating a permanent snapshot in the in the repository, you need to enter this command git commit m, and you have to enter the message like what you have added to the files, like rather is a small change or what change you have made. It's upon the change you have made. So git commit slash m and the message, and then it will keep the record of it. After that, we'll see git status. This will this will give the status of all the files in the system, like whether they are like committed to the files or they are new files. Then git clone will like will keep that repository in your system. Like if you want to like if you want download the online files like the GitHub repository to your system. So keep download and after that you have to enter the URL of the repository, and this will download all the project files from your system. And after that the query name and the remote server link, like this will add the address of the repository. Like you are like now you will be after that like committing the changes, then you want to push your files to your repository in the GitHub. So then this command will help you with that. Then after that you want to push your changes, like you have added the path of the repository. After that you have to push the changes, so git push, and this main will send the files to the GitHub server, and everything will be uploaded in the GitHub repository. And the last one we will see that the git pull, like if your friend has made some changes is on the online repository in GitHub, which is stored in the GitHub, and you want those changes in your local system also, like then git pull will help you with that. So now let's see the practical demo of that. Okay. One minute, yeah. Okay, let us first create a repository first. So for creating a repository, first you need to go here. It's like this is the GitHub screen. Like as there are no repositories made, so you will get a clear screen like this. So you will get an option like create repository. Yeah. Then here in the repository, repository name you have to enter the project name or whatever name it suits. So I will enter name. And after that here you can set it to be public or private. If it is private, no one else can see your project, and it will be only visible to you. And on public, and it can be like viewed by anyone. And then here you can within this checklist you can add a readme for the file, or you can add a git ignore and choose and you can also add a license for that. So for us the sake of now we don't need all of this, we will just create a repository. Okay, press it, then yeah, you will get a setup like this, first setup. So you can see there are some basic commands here which I have already have shown you in the slides. You can see git add readme. Yeah. So first we will see the git init. So now we will go to the project files where to which were like the files we are going to upload in a repository. So we will upload this like git demo. See. We will send this file, text file to the repository. So first what we will do, first we will go to the address bar. We will go to the command terminal, the shortcut here. Yeah. So it's visible. Okay. And first we will what? We will initialize the repository. For initializing it, we will enter git. You can see initialize an empty git repository in this and a file location. And after that, what we will add the files in the folder. For adding it, what we will do, we will do git add space and a dot. Yeah. Then we'll go here. So, and then after that, what we will do? Yeah, it is written here. We will commit the change like what we have done. So commit the changes. And, let's say initial. Okay. You can see one file change, 3 insertions, and etc. See how many camel, like how many file lines are there, it is written there. Now what we will do, we will, like we'll add the remote, like we will add the, like the path to this repository so that we can push our change. So we'll simply copy this and go here. Okay. And enter. Okay, we have set our remote, we have committed our changes. Then now it's time to push our files to the, to our repository. So push, we will want to do git push in master. Now let's enter. Some error.
Bhaskar, there has been a request.
Request. Okay.
Can you please slow down a bit?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay, I got it. Should
Just
I?
go at a slow pace so that our viewers here and our audience can actually keep up. And if they're doing it in their computers also, they can just follow
Okay,
you and
yeah,
stuff. Just
sure,
go
sure.
a bit slow.
Okay, let us. Should I like tell it from the beginning, from like initializing and sort of
Oh
that?
yeah, sure. We have a request for that as well.
Okay.
So yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So let us go to the file. Okay. Let's do it from the beginning. Then I will like create a new file, new folder, and
And
okay.
please, Bhaskar, I'll just stop you for 1 minute. Please
Okay,
feel
sure.
free to have all your queries asked during the session. Like we are students from AEC as well, so like we're just seniors, and there's no one from other institutions here. So if you have any queries, if you want to
Yeah.
like ask your seniors anything, like any of the two, like Recon also. During what he did, if you have any query, please feel free to ask him. I'm sure, give you a and redo the whole thing if you want to like learn from it. And Bhaskar is also willing to start it from the beginning. So if you have any queries of that sort, please put them forward and we'll take it.
Yeah, please feel free to ask any queries. Yeah, you can use the chat box or anything. Yes, we will try to answer. We'll try our best to answer your queries, each and every queries. So let's continue. So I have made a different file. Then there I have made a text file. So to keep it simple, so here the text file I just enter my name and text. Okay. Let's save it. Done. Okay. So now let us assume that this is a new project, okay, and this is a code file, or this is some file and you want to upload it in the Git repository. So to go with that, we'll first go to this address bar, or like it will be like rather than going to the command prompt and setting it like one accessing the address, like rather than it is the it will be a very long process. So that this is much simpler, I guess. So on the above address bar, if you simply write cmd, like and press enter, this will directly go to that repository in command prompt, right? Let us zoom it. Okay. Yeah, you can also access this through command. You can also go through this like command prompt, then go to this directory E drive, like to the location of that folder. Rather than going through that, you can simply write CMD in the above address bar, and it will go to that. It will take you the directory. Okay. So now first, what do we need to do before, before uploading, before pushing our changes to the GitHub repository? We will first have to initialize it. So for initializing, we have to write get init. Okay. Get init. What it will do, it will initialize an empty repository in this folder. Okay. After that, what we will do, we'll add the files to this repository, whatever files we have. For adding it, we'll write git add a space and a dot. Then after adding the files, we have to commit our changes, like what we have done. Like we want to set a snapshot, permanent snapshot of the change what we have made. To do it, we will write get commit, and m, this is the return message, or like what we have made the change. Like we can write initial change, or like initial commit. It's simple, and press enter. We have made our changes. Here it is one file change, 3 instructions, and we have created this. We have set this in the inner empty repository. Now it's time to add the address of the repository to which we will send it. Here we have already made it. Yeah, see this one. Then if we want to add our files here, right? So what we will do, for adding the location of this repository, we will just simply copy this, or we can write it as well. Git remote add origin and the link to this repository, and we'll paste it here. Okay. Now after executing this command, now it's time to push our changes to the repository. Okay. Pushing this change, what we will do, you can see here it's written okay. There is some version issue, I think.
Bhaskar, I guess you need to change the branch, I guess. At first.
Branch.
Yes.
Okay.
Means right now I think it is master branch. You change it to main.
Mhm. This one, I guess. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Actually, I am logged in with my account in this. Yeah, that is why there is no access given. I have to add. Yeah, this problem. Yeah, yeah. This problem is occurring because right now, like in the Git version, like which is locally installed in my system, there I have been logged in through my account. Yeah, so and my account, and I'm trying to push my changes to another account, so that's why it's asking for permission. I have like through the this one yeah, through the DSA in this GitHub account, I have added I have not added my permission for my account, that's why it's showing an issue. 1 minute, I will show you them in my one. Okay, I will create a new repository through Flutter. Okay, I have to log into my account first.
Bhaskar, I think you should
Yeah,
like this issue that is happening. Like you should
yeah,
actually tell our students here also, because this is a issue that they might also face. So it's good
yeah.
that you just do it
Yes,
in
I'm
chat,
doing
the
it.
whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I'm doing
just
it.
log into
I'm
your account and everything. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. I'm doing that. So let us make a new repository. This will solve the issue. So this is a Git section. This is public or private. I'm setting it to be public. These other options are not required for now. So let's now create this repository. Okay. Same as we have implemented this, implemented type of command. Simply we will change the information. We will set it. And let me create some files. So let us do it from the beginning then. Press CMD. We'll go to this location, right? Then we'll initialize an empty repository. Then we'll add the commands, or like we'll add the files. Then we will commit our changes. set a remote. Let's push. This time it should work. You can see that we have successfully pushed our code to the repository. You see git push. You can simply, or we can follow simply this command. And I have actually, this is the older version of code which I'm using, but yeah, you can follow this as well. This will also lead to the same thing. Now if we just refresh it, we'll get the, yes, it's here. See? You can see our data file in our local system is available in this repository. So let's see, it's based in, so yeah, see my name, semester, anything. Okay, we have, okay. So the issue that I was facing earlier, like you can also face that. So before, after installing git in your system, they will ask you to log in with your account, before pushing our code. You will be asking to give your credentials, and after that log into your personal GitHub account. What I was actually doing, I was I created a repository in this DSC AEC account, and I went to push it through the account that through my account in the local system. For solving the issue, I need to log in through DSC AC account in my local system. Then only it would have solved this issue. But rather than logging it again, with this account, I have just because as my system is previously logged in with my account, so I just created this repository in my account, and it is successfully done. So now, Recon will show you how how to create a pull request, how to fork this repository, how to clone it, make some changes, and how to like yes, how to make a pull request at last. Yeah, Recon, you can carry on.
Yeah. Can you share the link?
Yeah, yes, I'm sharing this link in chat box.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so Bhaskar Da showed you how you can create a repository and upload your files. So the thing I will be doing is very important. Watch it carefully because this is the task you need to do to become a member of GDSC. So please watch it very carefully. So what I will do is Bhaskar Da created a file with his name and added his name and semester, I guess. So what if I also want to add some files into Bhaskar Da's repository? So how I will do that? The benefit is that if someone is writing a software and I found a bug or I want to add a new feature to that software, so that there comes this pull request situation. I can create a pull request that I have made these changes in your repository, and if Bhaskar Da likes it, that he have fixed he has fixed this bug, or he has added a new feature into my project, then he can merge this into his project. So that is the thing I will be showing right now. So what I will do is I will simply copy the link. I will open it here. So as you can see, this is my account. I'm logged in as Recon77. So this is Bhaskar Das repository that he created 5 minutes ago. So what I will do is the first step is to fork the repository. So I will press this fork button. What it does is, right now it is Bhaskar Das account, right? This GitHub repository is in Bhaskar Das account. So I cannot directly push my code into his repository. So what I will do is I will make a copy of it into my account so that I can push it. I can push and make the changes, and then I can ask for a request, ask for permission to Bhaskar Da to add my changes into his repository. So to copy this repository into my account, I will simply click this fork option. So I will. So yeah, as you can see, now this repository is copied into my account. You can see this is my account, is from Bhaskar Bora Git session account. So right now this is the condition. So what I will do is I will simply copy this link. This link is very important because I will add this link as the URL in the Git terminal. So let me show you what I am trying to say. So I will be using this command, git remote add variable name and remote server link, to add the copied repository into my project. So I will open the terminal here. You can also use that command prompt terminal that Bhaskar Da used, but I like this bash terminal more, so I will use this one. So what I will do is git. I will first initialize a repository here. Git init. I've initialized an empty repository, and now I will add that link over here. Git remote add origin. This is the command. Let me double check. Yeah. I will paste the link. Okay, so I've added the link. So right now you can see there is no file because I have to download the file into my local PC. So the command for downloading all the files from here, uh, from this repository, is git pull origin master. You can see the file that is bhaskar.txt is now in my PC. So now what I will do is I will create another file with my name, and I will upload it into Bhaskar Das repository. So let me show you how to do it. So first I will create a new file. You can also use the touch command that I showed you earlier. So I will rename it as, I'll add my name here. My branch, semester. I've saved it. So now there are two files. One is Bhaskar and one is Recon. So now I have to upload it into Bhaskar Das repository. So how I will do is, first I will tell Git that I have added a new file, and Git have to track this file. So for that we use git add and then dot. Now Git knows that I have to track this file, which is known as recon.txt. So after that we have to commit. What commit does is just makes a checkpoint that recon has made changes and till now. So I will simply write git commit dash m and a commit message. Commit message is very important. It lets other people know that what I have changed in the folder. So I can write that added a new file. So this write something which is meaningful. I wrote that I added a new file. If you work with HTML files, then you can say like I have added a new what I have added a new image, something like that. Whatever you do, just mention it shortly in the commit message. So now my files have been committed. Now what I will do is I will push all my code into this copy repository that I have made. So let me show you. Git push origin master. So yeah, now my files are now pushed. So if I now refresh, then you will see that there will be two files. You can see bhaskar.txt was there earlier, and now I have added a new file which is recon.txt. This is 41.txt. I have only added the file in the local repository, means the one that I have made a copy by forking, right? So now I have to ask permission from Bhaskar Da to add these changes into his repository. So for that, what we will do is you can see this option contribute, and there is a button called open pull request. I will simply press this button. You can see there is another button called create pull request. You have to press it again, and okay. So my pull request has been created, and now Bhaskar Da will see a message that Recon has requested to make changes, and he have to approve it in his repository to take the changes to make the changes. So yeah, that is the task you guys have to perform. We will come to that in the end of the session once again. So I hope it is clear. If anyone have any questions, they can ask. I guess it is clear. Uh, so let's continue with the rest of the session. So we have pretty much covered all the basic commands for using Git and GitHub. Some advanced commands are also there which you will require, but since it is a basic session, we are not covering those commands. So you guys have learned, right? Guys have learned how to use Git and how to use GitHub. Now, what are the benefits of using Git and GitHub? There are various events around Git and GitHub which you can apply this knowledge to gain benefits. Let me discuss few of the events. So all these events are around open source. What open source is, it's like uh, for example, Chrome browser. So who wrote the code for Chrome browser? Obviously the software engineers of Google wrote the Chrome browser, but there are some softwares which are open to all. Even me and you can make changes to those softwares. Those softwares are known as open source software. Some popular open source softwares are like VLC Media Player. I guess many of you have used VLC Media Player. So VLC Media Player is a open source software. There is the code base of the VLC Media Player is open to all. Even if you know what languages are used in VLC Media Player, you can simply go and make changes in their repository. So all these events are around open source. So the first event is Girl Script Summer of Code. It is a beginner friendly event. If you are starting with open source, you can check out this event. I will not go much deeper into explaining this event as it is not our agenda of this session. I will just simply give a brief.
There are projects which has been in like doing by students like us, or like some startups as well, or like maximum you will get the maximum projects you will get, they are by students, like who are like there, and there will be like they are, and then there will be issues like where you will get not find in much difficulties. Like this will help you much, like to get an overview of like what an open source contribution is, and it will help you a much lot. Like for like GulfScript Summer of Code, I have been a part of GulfScript Summer of Code in this 2021, and it's like it started from like March April up to May 30 May. And then after three long, and there are like there is a ranking system, like how much contributions you have made, and there are points, of course, like how much, and like level wise issues are being made. If you can solve more like harder problems, and you will get more points, and based on those points you will be ranked. And there are very much like gifts, accessories, or swags as for the top 50, yeah. And the top 3 also gets much much opportunities ahead. So yeah, it will be a great opportunity. And yeah, 2022 will be starting, I think, by January. Like yeah, in January, like they will be like starting their like registrations for the like session Girls Skip Summer of Code for 2022. So yeah, that's all I would like to say. Recon, you can please
Oh,
carry on for the Summer of Code.
yeah, thank you. So that was about Girls Script Summer of Code. The second event is Hacktoberfest. Hacktoberfest, I would say it is the best for beginners. Like, it happens every year in the month of October. Uh, what you have to do is you just go to GitHub, find some open source projects, and you have to make 4 pull requests to complete the event. The benefit of Hacktoberfest is that if you complete this 4 pull requests, you get a free t-shirt. Yeah, a free t-shirt. So yeah, so that's cool. I personally have participated in Hacktoberfest twice, and I think it is a great event for beginners. The third is Google Summer of Code. Uh, it is a bit advanced, I would say, because you need a lot of knowledge around technologies, and there are certain organizations chosen by Google where you have to contribute and make a proposal, and then they will select you on the basis of your proposal on or what projects you have proposed to the organization. Uh, Cracking Google Summer of Code is like a huge thing because you get a very good stipend of around $2,000. If I'm not wrong, and your resume also get a lot of boost uh, by Google Summer of Code. The last is Red Hat Open Source. I don't have much knowledge about this event because a friend of mine has suggested this. So he told that it is a competition where it is similar to GSOC actually, but a little bit means I would say it is a little bit easier than GSOC. But yeah, this is also you can check out. So lastly is our tasks of the session. So as I have already mentioned you guys about the task that you have to make a pull request, but Bhaskar Da will explain it again to you guys. So Bhaskar Da.
Yeah,
Recon, when are you getting your t-shirt?
Yeah, I guess in the month of January, I suppose.
Acha, nice.
Uh,
I think the
thank you.
stipend for GSOC was 50,000 monthly, right? For 2 months?
Yeah. Earlier it was, I guess, around $2,000, but now I guess it is decreased. I'm not sure
Yeah.
about the actual prize money, but yeah.
Yeah, that I've heard. Like we have some queries in the box. Like some students are asking for redo, and there are again some questions here also. So students who have like questions, please turn on your mics and ask them. Like Sumoni, Borua, and Akash, please turn on your mic and ask them like whatever queries you have.
I guess we should first go over the tasks and we can discuss the queries at the end.
Yeah, that's okay too.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
that will be fine.
explain the task, and there are some students who actually want a redo of the whole thing, like the task thing, like how they do with it, the demo
Uh,
again. So just give them the demo of the task, I guess, at the end.
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
if everything has to be repeated, I guess we have already recording this session,
Oh
so
yeah,
we'll be
exactly.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
if
Yeah.
you have any certain points like particular command, then we can redo that thing. But
Hmm.
if we
The whole
go,
thing will be a bit tactful now.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And it's been like an hour already. So I'll just suggest that if you have any query regarding certain point where you missed out and want a redo, we can do that. But the whole thing might be a bit trouble
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
We will be
Mhm.
uploading the whole session over
Oh yeah,
YouTube.
it'll be on
So
YouTube, and we'll
yeah, yeah.
give the
So
PDF
don't worry.
also if you need it. We'll
Yeah,
give
yeah.
it to both all the groups. So yeah, Bhaskar, please go
Okay.
forward with this task of the
Yeah,
session.
task for the session. So now let us discuss the task for the session. So on the so at first, like we will be sharing a Google form with you, which you have to fill out. Here you have to fill out your name along with your semester and along with your GitHub ID. Like you, as everyone will have different GitHub IDs, similar like along with your name, so it will help us to filter out who is like who is this. And for the second task will be you have to fork the repository. We will we will give the link in the group. Now right now I think we have to, like, as there is a change in the repository, so that's why the right now it will create a certain difficulty in sharing the link, but we'll, like, soon after the session we will be sharing the repo link. So using that repo link, so it's like you have to, like, first clone, you have to first clone it, as Recon have already showed how you have to first, the first you have to fork it, then you have to clone it into your system, and after that you have to make some changes. The changes are that first you have to create a text file with your name. So whatever your name is, you just have to write your name dot txt. Then on that file, you have to write your name, then branch and semester, and save it. Then after that, you need to create a pull request to that original repo. Then if like we will look at the pull request, and on the time you will be given a certain time, like you will be getting for up to tomorrow midnight. Yeah, you will getting, I guess it's the correct time. It is not a much difficult task, such you have to just enter your name and branch, semester, etc. So you will get up to tomorrow midnight, you have to make your changes and you have to create a pull request. And if you can do it successfully, then we will be like selecting them as the members of the club. Okay, so this is
And
the
also for the
task for,
projects,
yeah.
Bhaskar,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
just
also for
membership,
the,
for the
yeah, yeah,
project
not,
also.
yeah, I forgot that. Also for the projects we will be soon announcing the projects as well. It will be very soon after announcing this, the members will soon, like, announcing the projects. So this will also be an entry to the projects will be which we will be starting. So so put in concern to this one, to this repository, to this task, and complete as well if you want to, like, be a member and a part of the projects we will be starting. That's all. And now we are open to the questions. Yeah, anyone have any questions, we can, yeah, we can ask right now. Also we will be sharing this video as well. Yeah, that's we're already been talking about. Yeah, we'll be sharing the slides also.
Bhaskar, please go over the text chat box one. There are two queries in the
Oh,
chat box.
okay. Let me see. Akash Sita, yes. Can we switch to another branch without committing? Let's say I'm working on a particular branch, want to switch to a clean new branch to work. Yeah. Okay. Without committing that change, like, if you switch to another branch without committing, the Git will try to merge that change automatically. Like the Git will automatically try to commit those changes onto the previous branch. If there is no merge conflict, if there will be no conflict, then it will be successfully saved. But if there is a conflict, it will be directly shown. Like, it's better, like, before switching to, like, another branch, you first you just commit your changes onto that branch and switch to another one. Like, that is the most preferable way. Yeah. And yes, will the file be provided to us, but we have to make the change? Yeah. No, so just I have told before, just you have to make your own file. Like you have to make the text file with your name. Suppose your name is just recon.txt, or your name is Sunmoni Borua, right? Your file name will be sunmoni.txt, and onto that file you will enter your name, branch, and semester, and save it. And you have to create a pull request to the original repo. And
Okay,
any
so
more?
Pallavi Burman asked, is the GitHub ID the user? Yeah, it's the user.
Mhm.
You can just simply copy paste your username, or you can also paste the link of your GitHub account. That will do.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think any more queries? If not, then we can conclude today's session. Any more queries?
Yeah, if you find any like if you find any difficulty, like after the session also, you can please reach out the groups as well. You
Yeah,
can,
exactly.
yeah, you can reach out. We'll like try our best to solve the issue.
Yeah, and furthermore, like regarding Git and GitHub, like as you guys know that when you're applying for anything like an internship or a job or anything, when you start your applications, people are very interested in your GitHub. So this session was particularly focused on that we make you a bit competent and just know how to go about with GitHub, because it's very important. Like anywhere you apply, first thing people are going to ask you is just give us your GitHub link. We want to see the projects you have worked on. So please make sure you have a good GitHub account. Just get started. We've given you the preliminary knowledge on this. I hope you have got as much as you can. And even if you missed any point, please go to the YouTube video that we'll be uploading and go over it, and hopefully you'll get it. And even if you don't, please feel free to put it in any of the groups. We'll try to answer your queries, or you can reach out personally to our instructors. They will also complete it, answer your queries. So yeah, I hope you guys had fun and learned something on this Sunday afternoon. So yeah, thank you for being a part of the session, and I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah, we hope it's
Yeah.
clear to
Thank you,
everyone. Yeah,
everyone.
Yeah.
enjoy.
The time limit for the task is tomorrow in
Tomorrow
midnight. So
midnight.
by
Tomorrow
12
midnight.
a.m. tomorrow night, please complete it. Complete it. We'll just take a group photo. Everyone, please turn on your cameras. Nice. Okay, we are done. Thank you, everyone. It's been a great session. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, Rekon. Thank you, Bhaskar.
Yeah,
Thank you, Gayatri.
yeah.
On
Thank you,
which
everyone. Yeah,
channel the
it
video
was
will be
great.
uploaded?
Yeah, it will be uploaded very soon.
By
Yes.
today, we should be able to
Yeah,
do
by
it.
today.
We'll
Yeah.
try by today afternoon, like 3-4ish, but
Yeah.
no later than today. Today, the video will be up.
Which
Yeah.
channel?
DSC AEC. I'll give the link in the groups as well, so you can check it out there.
Thank you.
Okay.